So what you want to do is you want to pull and kind of pull down to your chest. Think of it like this. Like, you know where you touch the bar on your chest when you bench? It's kind of where you're going to put this when you're doing the lat pull down. Think of it as like the opposite, kind of, if that makes sense. Kind of like that. Oops. Somebody grab it. Grab it. So you want to pull, you want to contract, you want to go slow. It's not about weight, it's about muscle contraction. There's a really good video by David Tate. Talks about supplemental movements. He talks about, one of the biggest things he talks about is when you're training bench, you're training like a powerlifter. You're training for strength. When you're training your accessory movements, you want to train to build muscle. You want to drop the ego a little bit, and you want to focus on weight and contraction. So,
yeah, it's all little. So it's not a competition exercise.
Yeah.
It's supplemental or accessory. So just realize, like, okay, I always ask yourself, like, what's the intent? Like, what's the purpose? How's this going to help? How's this going to hurt? So there's no like lat pull down part of the contest.
Yeah.
So you want the lat pull down should be assisting the bench. So,
exactly.
I think a couple of points to kind of bring home. Going a little slower, maybe adding a little pause, like I said, trying to hit the same spot, like try and mimic the groove of the bench the best you can so it has higher transfer.
And you want your accessory movements. Good thing to look at is you have your main movement, which is either your bench press or whatever you're doing that day. You don't want to bench every day, by the way. Twice a week is plenty for bench press. Actually, you want to do a lot more accessory work as opposed to bench press. You want to build.
And why is that?
Because you want to build the smaller muscles. One, it helps you, it makes, when you arch, it makes everything tighter. You're able to contract better if your back is strong. Second, it prevents injuries. If you're benching all the time and you're not, working your back or working your triceps or your shoulders, something's going to happen eventually where there's going to be an imbalance and it's going to be ugly. So you want to train as much as you can the accessory muscles, so that way they kind of build your bench. If you can find one, I hook it to the top of this, and I'll sit down and let the lat pull down just right outside my arms. That way I don't have to stand up, because obviously some of you guys can't stand and sit with your legs like I can, or because you're in a wheelchair. So you want to try to have it just outside your reach while you're sitting down. So what I would do is buy a small chain to hook to this. And you can use it for other accessory works just for biceps. It's something called a hammer curl, where you just kind of come up like this, kind of touch your forearm, and come back down. You could do it both, or you can do one at a time. You don't have to go crazy with these. These are like end of the workout if, I kind of want to just train my biceps a little bit, because they are important. You don't want to not train them. That's how you tear them. You want to, and also, if you train your triceps, anything you train, you want to train the opposite. Chest, back, bicep, tricep, bicep, tricep. So,
John, did you have a different variation on that?
No, well, I'll say just like why, because some people are like, why would you want to curl, or why would you want to? So if you watch like a lot of, you can, not that my arms are huge, but you can kind of see the point. If this got bigger and this got bigger, your bicep and kind of forearm is like a braking pad. So if this kind of runs into each other quicker, it's going to help kind of accelerate you up and provide a little bit more stability coming down. So it's going to help you on the descent and also allow you a little bit more spring out of the bottom. If this kind of starts to bunch up, this is going to help kind of just like if you had a bigger hamstring and a bigger calf, it would kind of propel you like out of the bottom of the squat as well. So just from a hypertrophy standpoint, doing some curls and like forearm work will just help kind of that, especially if you some of the lifters here today had trouble like kind of stabilizing in the bottom. So if we start to build some hypertrophy in our arms, our forearms, and our bicep, that's going to help with just the stability. It's not going to necessarily help you like actually lift the weight per se, because your chest, shoulders, and triceps are going to be actually doing the lifting part, but it will help with like the overall stability.
And keep in mind that, and this is something I did not say when we were inside, but keep in mind that when you're coming down, your descent is the most watched portion of the attempt other than on your chest. So you have to have complete control. The timing you can't drop. So when Dave first started competing, he would drop really fast because he was a CrossFitter. and he was continuously getting red lights.
I've turned to the right.
I didn't say anything. I said it nicely. I said he was a CrossFitter, and I
It
moved
was
on.
me. It was me.
And I moved on.
He's
And I moved on. I just want to say that. So that fast motion said to the referee, whether it was true or not, and it wasn't true, David could handle weight. But the referees thought, holy crap, he's moving so fast, he can't handle it, he's dropping it. So the descent is the most important part to be controlled, hold on the chest. Once you have that complete hold, stop, no dumping, no diving, no sinking, no heaving, then you push straight up. The ascent, you can go faster. And you want to go faster because you just want to get that bad boy up and get it locked and wait to get racked. But the descent has to be controlled. Has to be. Because you're going to get red lighted every time. Yes?
Yes, every time.
So I brought in some bands as well. These are great. These are very lightweight. They can go in your gym bag. Great for warming up. Great for.
And we actually have athletes that take these even internationally.
Yeah. So it's
Because
really-
you just
really-
don't, let me just tell you, you never know what kind of accessory gym they're going to have. So let's just look at Nikolai. He's going to lift very early in the event. So he's getting on ground. He's maybe getting a day training depending on how long we're on ground. And then he's going to the big show. Dave's midway through the tournament. You know, if you're a bigger athlete, your chances are at the end. So those athletes, you don't want to only bench. And they don't typically have dumbbells and all the assistive stuff. So that's where bringing a band, bring a TRX if you have it, bringing foam rollers for myofascial release,
Lacrosse.
balls. Yes, these are really, I always have a ball. I always have more than one ball in my bag. But it's important to, if you use these things, bring them. Don't just show. What you do at home is what you replicate. I say this to my nephew all the time, I'm going to say it to all of you. Michael Jordan, who is the greatest basketball player, so they say, of all time, as far as I know.
True.
Michael Jordan, he didn't change anything on game day, any game day, including they always got a brand new pair of sneakers, the Bulls, when he was on the Bulls. Every game, they got a brand new pair of sneakers. He never wore those brand new sneakers. He always wore the sneakers he was used to. Don't change anything. You have to be ritualistic in what you do. So start now, as John is describing, with these bands, with the foam rollers, with the balls, and so on and so on. Because when we get on ground, what you have at home, they're not going to have everything. So you can simulate some of these carry-with-you things.
This next one's another back / kind of recovery / shoulder. This is for either beginning. I usually like to do these before I bench. It helps. It kind of simulates you contracting your shoulder blades. And I also like to do them at the end of the workout, where I actually like to do a lot of reps. But this is called a band pull apart. What you want to do is you want to stick your hands out about shoulder width. You want to hold the band. Now for beginners, you can hold it like this. Yep, just one. But if you're a little more used to it, you can do both. So I'm just going to do one just to kind of give you guys a good idea. So you want to hold your hands about shoulder width apart. You want to pull in to your chest, hold it, contract. Some people like to go a little higher. Some people like to go a little lower. I just kind of like to stay in the middle. So go ahead and squeeze your shoulder blades back before you hold it out for one.
I told him he could talk to, so
Okay, go ahead.
I apologize.
No, you're good. Now go ahead and squeeze. So hold it out. Now go ahead and squeeze like you're getting set up on the bench. Now,
There you go.
there you go. Big
See, I
difference,
told you
right?
he can't just come on.
Then go ahead and contract your shoulder. There you go.
Like I wouldn't just work out, I'm done, go home.
Okay, there you go.
There's so much more.
Yeah, I always have an ice, and I forget the ice. Oh, we're just next to
I want to do these all the time, I wonder how I could do